Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer/football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future soccer predictions. All right. Today I got a 10-game slate, and it's going to be for the English FA Cup. This video is for Saturday, February 8th. Hairball. And I'll talk about the teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries, and I'll talk about the total. I'll give you my prediction. So here we go. First on the list. Oh, but before we do, we gotta talk about it. I hit 90%. I didn't hit 100, but I'm happy because I did a separate bet, which I did 100. I don't know why I did it. Usually I don't do this, but I guess I totally forgot that I had done it, and so I did it again. But I added another team. Basically, I did and I'll put it up there so you guys can see it. The one that was 100%, I think it was Bayern, PSG, and Necaxa from the Liga MX. They ended up hitting, so I hit 100% on that. But the one that I really wanted to hit was what was it? It was Sporting. They ended up tying. I think they tied. Yeah, I think they ended up tying. So I ended up not winning that one. But other than that, I hit everything else. I hit Juventus. I hit Breeze. Oh, that's why I'm excited too. I hit Breeze. I don't know how many people did not put Breeze, but I did say it on the video. Breeze is gonna score a goal. If anything, they might win. But I put money on Breeze. I bet it on PSG, Juventus, Manchester United, Bayern, and Rayo. I did that. So let's go. Yeah. So anyway, let's get straight to it. All right. I'm happy. You know, like hitting a 90% is okay. 100% is better, obviously, but hey, that's a lot of green for me. So I'm going to take that as a dub. Let's go. All right. Anyway, let's get straight to it because we got 10 games. So I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can. Guys, if I'm talking a lot, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Let me know if I'm talking a lot. And maybe I want to find a way that I can do it shorter. You know what I mean? Like I could just come in and like let you guys know. The only thing that sucks is this is, you know, I got my, you know, I don't do this like, how can I say it? Like I have a job, you know, so then I come in here and I let you guys know. And this is something that I enjoy doing. So hopefully, I can like really like get into it and like have time to like, you know, show you guys everything like step by step and stuff like that. But you know what? Once we get to a certain amount of subscribers and, you know, I mean, it's going to take some time, but we're going to get there, you know, so hopefully you guys can help me out too. You know what I mean? Like if you guys, you know, hit that like and subscribe, that'll help me out. So that way I can get fully committed into doing this, you know, 100%, letting you guys know the exact, you know, pretty much the exact information that you guys need to know so that way you guys can be winning like I'm winning. So, you know what I mean? Obviously we don't win every day because it's hard. You know what I mean? If you bet every day, you know that it's rare when you hit on 100% every single day, but you're good at predicting if you're hitting, you know, 100% 5 out of 7 days. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to do that, you know, and lucky for me, I can easily say that I hit 4 to 5 days out of the week. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I bet almost every day. Right. But unless it's terrible, unless it's really terrible, then I don't bet it. But anyway, I'm talking too much and anyway. So here we go. Leeds United versus Millwall. Okay. Leeds United is at home. They got 1 injured player. Millwall, 4 injured players. The total is sitting at 2, but it might move to 2.5. Either way, I see this going over that 2.5 just because they've done this 3 out of 5 times. If it stays at 2, for sure I'm gonna do over. But if it stays at 2.5, I might do over, but it's a little bit more risky, right? As far as the team total, Leeds is sitting at 1.5, which they've covered this same 3 out of 5. Between these two teams, they've covered that 3 out of 5. As far as Millwall, that 0.5, they've covered this same 3 out of 5. The most recent game between these two, Millwall did cover that. Now the 5 games just for Leeds, they got 4 wins, 1 draw. And as far as that 2.5, they've covered that 4 out of 5. So that's why, that it seems like that would be the best outcome. Maybe Leeds over 1.5, but I mean, they've either way they've covered this, right? Either the total or the team total over for Leeds. As far as Millwall, that 0.5, the last 5 games they've covered this 4 out of 5. So it's up to you what you feel. If it feels good, go for it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. For me, Millwall, that 0.5 does feel good. It feels like it could happen. It's just, I don't know if I want to do that. You know what I mean? Because depending on the price too, because if the price is better for that 1.5 on Leeds, then I might just do that. But if the price is better for that 2.5, then, I'm going to go with that. As far as a win here, I see Leeds winning here. They're at home. They have less injuries, so they should be able to win this one. So yeah, give me Leeds, give me the over 1.5. Yeah, on to the next one. Okay. Leighton versus Manchester City. Ooh, Manchester City should be able to win this one. These two teams have not gone head to head, but as far as injuries, Leighton have 1 injured player. Manchester City have only 2 injured players and 2 questionable. But I mean, it seems like they're getting back on track. Their teammates are coming back together. They're starting to, get the gears grinding and stuff. As far as the last game they had, obviously it didn't look that way because they lost 5-1. But I mean, Arsenal is a beast. Arsenal is a beast of a team, and Manchester City used to be. They haven't, and I'm guessing that's part of the injuries and stuff like that. But they're getting back together. They're getting, everybody's starting to come back together. So, Leighton, they only got 2 wins, 2 L's, and 1 draw in their last 5. I don't know if I mentioned Manchester City. They got 3 wins and 2 L's. As far as the total, it's sitting at 3.5. That's a little too much for me, even though I do feel like Manchester City might make about 3 goals. I just don't know if I see Leighton making a goal. Their team total sitting at 0.5. But they didn't cover this, the most recent game they had. So that's the only thing that would give me kind of, Yeah, but as far as that 0.5, prior to that, they've covered this 2 out of 5 times. So that's why I'm like, And then versus Manchester City, although Manchester City have been pretty good at letting other teams score a goal, they have let the opponent team score 4 out of 5 times. 4 of their last 5 games. So, but the teams that they went against, they were a little bit more in the higher division. So, yeah. Okay. I don't know. And even the team total for Manchester City is sitting at 3.5. You know what I mean? So I mean, as far as them covering that 3.5, they've covered this 2 out of 5. No, I'm sorry. They've covered this once. Yeah, that 3.5, they've covered this once. But like I said, they went against teams that are they're in a higher division level. So this team, his team is not, at that standard, that high level standard. So this is a little bit on the tricky side. And especially how Manchester City haven't been all that great. They're making 4. That's a 50-50. So, but give me Manchester City to win here. I see them winning for sure. As far as points, I would probably do total team under. Yeah, I'd probably have to do total team under, but I honestly, I wouldn't even go with that, to be honest with you. I wouldn't touch that. I would just do a straight bet on Manchester City. Okay, on to the next game. We have Coventry City. I think that's how you pronounce it. Versus IPS Switchtown. Injuries. Coventry City have 2 injured players and IPS have 3 injured players, 2 questionable. As far as the total is sitting at 2.5. Team total sitting at 1.5 each of these two teams. The last 5 head-to-head between these two, they're literally both sitting at 2 games, 2 wins for each team. So IPS won twice, and Coventry City won twice. Then they had a tie. But that tie was like back in 2019. So the most recent game from these two was back in April 30th, 2024. And IPS won 2-1. So as far as that 2.5, they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. The 2 most recent games between these two, they've covered that. So maybe that would, because none of these teams have that many injuries, right? So that seems like something that could happen. The only thing is that IPS, they've only won once in their last 5 games. So, and as far as the Coventry City, they've won. They're the opposite. They've lost once and won 4. Their most recent game, though, they lost. They did go against Leeds United. Leeds United is a beast of a team, so that's understandable. But the only thing that kind of sucks here is that Coventry City didn't even score a goal. So, that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know. And looking at this from a different angle, at 2.5, 50-50. But like I said, between these two, they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. So, it's an 80% chance that they'll cover it again. As far as a win here, Coventry City is at home. So maybe they will be able to win this just because they're at home and they do have 1 less injury player than IPS, but okay, let's see. The last time Coventry City played at home, that's when they got the L. So basically at home, they have not been able to beat IPS. IPS on the road, they were able to beat Coventry City once, and that was their most recent game. So this one's tough. This one's tough. I'm not gonna lie. I probably won't bet this one. Actually, I probably will bet this one, and I probably will go with IPS because I'm looking at the teams that they've played, and they've played Premier League teams. I mean, IPS is in the Premier League, right? But It seems like, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. Give me over 2.5. As far as a win, I'm gonna have to go with IPS. If I had to pick one, I would go with IPS. But that's a tough one. Okay, on to the next game, and this one's a good one. Everton versus AFC Bournemouth. Oh boy. If it was up to me, just straight out without even looking, I would go with Bournemouth because they've been every time I bet against them, I end up losing. And I think I bet for them once, and then I don't know if I lost that one or I won that one. But this team is, for me personally, it's hard to bet on them because most of the time I bet on them and I end up losing for some reason. But they are a beast of a team. So, but okay, here are the stats. As far as injuries, Everton have 3 injured players. Bournemouth, 6 injured players and 2 questionable. Everton is at home, so they got that advantage. The total sitting at 2.5. Team total is sitting at 1.5 for each. I like the total here, 2.5. They've covered this 3 out of 5 times. The most recent, they did not. But they've covered this 3 out of 5. So the most recent, they did not, but the one prior to that one, they did. Okay, the last 5 games from Everton, they got 4 wins, 1 loss. As far as Bournemouth, they got 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. That draw was versus Chelsea, so yeah. Yeah, give me damn, this one's gonna be tough. Let's see, the last 5 head-to-head. Everton at home. So the most recent game, Everton at home, they lost 3-2. But at home, they got 2 wins and 1 loss. But that loss was the most recent one. The 2 wins prior to that loss, them playing at home, they won, but that was back in 2023. So 2 years ago, everybody's not everybody's gone, but it's just the team is a little different. I can see that. Yeah, give me Bournemouth winning this one. I'm sorry. I feel like Bournemouth will win this one. Okay. Yeah, and as far as the points, give me over 2.5 because 1.5, I mean, let's see. Everton covering that 1.5. They've covered this 2 out of 5 times. So that's not going to happen. I mean, that the chances are really, really low for them of making that. So, and like the most recent game, they did not cover that. So, but so did Bournemouth. They didn't cover that 1.5, and the one before that one, they did cover it. So, let's see, the last 5 games from Everton, that 1.5, they've covered this 1, 2, 3. They covered this 3 out of 5 times. Most recent, they did. Now for Bournemouth, last 5 games from that team, that 1.5, they covered this 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow, 4 out of 5 times. The most recent they didn't, but they played against Liverpool. Liverpool is literally on top of the table. They're a beast of a team too. So if you want to go with the total on this, I would probably go with the total over 2.5. That seems like it's more secure. And as far as a win here, give me Bournemouth. I don't know. I feel like they'll be able to win this one for sure. Okay, on to the next game. Preston versus Wycombe Wanderers. I don't know how to pronounce the name, and I don't know anything about these two, to be honest with you. But I'll give you the stats of what I got here. Injuries. Preston only got one injury. Wakembe, no injuries. The last 5 games between these two, let's see, they're basically equal. 2 wins for Wakembe and 2 wins for Preston. 1 tie for them. So the most 2 recent games, though, between these two, Wakembe did win. And the last 5 games from Wakembe, 3 wins, 2 draws. So they haven't taken an L. As far as Preston, they got 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. The most recent game was a loss. The most recent game from Wakembe was a draw. So, yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. Okay, let's see. As far as points, the total is sitting at 2, and it might move to 2.5. They've covered this 2.5. Let's see. In case it goes to do 2.5, they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. Now, as far as Wakembe covering that point, I don't know why Wakembe is at 0.5. That's weird. Maybe because Preston is at home, but I mean, they've covered this 4 out of 5 times between both of these teams going head to head. So, yeah. There you go. Give me, as far as points, give me Wakembe over 0.5. That's, it's too easy. Preston, though, they're at 1.5. And they've covered this 2 out of 5 times. 2 out of 5 times these two have gone head to head. Yes, now, as far as Preston's 5 games, or last 5 games, they've covered this 1.5, 1, 2, 3. They've only covered this 3. So, yeah, give me Wakembe to cover that 0.5. Yeah, because even the last 5 games from Gumby, they've covered this 0.5 4 to 5 times. So there you go. That's an easy one right there. And as far as a win, give me Wakembe. That's it seems like that's just the way to go here for this one. So, okay, on to the next game. Southampton versus Burnley. Injuries. Southampton, 2 injured players, 3 questionable, and Burnley, 2 injured players. I'm excited for Southampton. They're getting their players back as far as like their injured players. They're getting them back. So, because this is a pretty good team. They're a really good, underrated team, to be honest with you. Last season, or last year actually, they were pretty good. This year, due to the injuries, that's why too. They're an under, see where am I? Yeah, they're an underdog. But okay, Southampton are at home. The last 5 times these two have gone head to head. Let's see. Southampton have beat Burnley twice, and Burnley have beaten one. Yeah, they're both 2-2 and 1 draw. So, the most recent game though, Burnley did win, but they were at home. Let's see, at home. So at home, they've only won once and lost once. So they're 1-1 at home. The most recent, they did get that dub. And I'm pretty sure that's because of the injuries too. I know this was back in April 21, 2022. So, Burnley have not taken an L in the last 5 games, but they've only won twice. So that means they got 3 dubs. I mean, 3 draws. Apologize. Southampton, though, they got 2 wins and 3 L's. I don't know. I might be glistening on this one, but give me Southampton. Call me crazy. I'm going to go with Southampton. I mean, they haven't done me dirty when I bet, when I've bet for them. So, and it seems like Burnley, the last game, they only scored once. And then before that, the other 2 games, they didn't even score at all. So 3 games, and their last 5 games, 3 of those games, they did not score at all. Now, Southampton, they at least got a goal. So, I mean, I know the total for Southampton is 1.5, but they at least score. 5 out of 5, they score. They're guaranteed. Even if it's a loss, they guarantee you a goal. Yeah, so give me Southampton on this one. As far as the points, I don't know if I want to do the over 2.5, but I mean, they've covered 2.5. If it does go to 2.5, then I'll probably do over. Even if it's at 2, I'll probably go over, but just because they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. So, but yeah. Yeah, give me total points over and give me Southampton to win. Okay, on to the next game. Stoke City versus Cardiff City. Cardiff City. Injuries. Stoke City is 4 injured players and 1 questionable. Cardiff City, 3 injured players and 2 questionable. As far as the total, sitting at 2.5, and the team total is at 1.5 for Stoke City and 0.5 for Cardiff City. Let's see, the last 5 times they've gone head to head. So, damn, they tie a lot. They've tied 4 out of 5 games. And that one game that was a win was from Cardiff City, if I'm pronouncing it right. Cardiff City. So basically, Stoke City has not been able to beat Cardiff City in the last 5 head-to-head. But Stoke City is at home. And at home, let's see. So at home, Stoke City at home versus this team, they tie. 3 out of 3, they tie. So, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say, but I'm going to go with the stats here, and I'm not going to bet this one. I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. I'm not going to bet this one. If I was to bet on this one, I will do a tie. Just because Stoke's at home, and the last 3 games, they've gone head-to-head at home, tie. So, coincidence? Not sure, but those are the stats, and I'm going to roll with what seems to be a continuous thing. So, as far as the total is at 2.5. Now, 2.5, they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. So, if you want to do the points, maybe over 2.5, or let's see, Cardiff, 0.5. Let's see, they've covered 0.5, 1, 2, 3, 4. They've covered this 4 out of 5 times. Stoke City, 1.5, they've covered this only twice. So yeah, there you go. It seems like the best bet here would be either total points over 2.5 or Cardiff City 0.5. The last 5 games from Cardiff City, just their games, they've covered this 4 out of 5. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Stroke City 1.5. They've covered this from their games, their past 5 games. They've covered this same. They've covered this 2 out of 5. So it seems to me like the best bet here would be Cardiff 0.5 or total points 0.5. As far as a win, give me a draw. Okay, on to the next game. Wigan Athletic versus Fulham. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna go Fulham. Not because it's my team. I don't really care about that team. I just seen them play not that long ago. They played against not my team, but a team that I really, really like. For some weird reason, I like Newcastle. And I know I don't have a favorite team for the Premier League, but I don't know why. Like, Newcastle is just, I'm drawn to it for some reason. But Fulham did beat Newcastle, so, and I mean, they got 3 wins in their last 5 games, 2 L's. As far as Wigan Athletic, they've only got 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. Their most recent game from Wigan, they got a draw, and the most recent game from Fulham, they got a draw. Injuries: Wigan Athletic, 7 injured players. That's a lot. Fulham, 2 injured players. So, I mean, there you go, right? Seems like maybe put Manchester City and Fulham as a parlay. I don't know. I would probably do that, but I mean, it's always risky. But that's probably somewhere to go. Wigan is at home though, or Wigan is at home. The last 5 times they've gone head to head, let's see. Wigan have not been able to beat Fulham. They do have 3 ties though. 3 out of 5 games they did tie. But I don't see a tie in this game. I don't know why. Okay, I'll tell you why. Let me see. On the road, which Fulham is on the road. So they've tied. The last 2 games they've gone head to head. Fulham on the road, they've tied. I mean, you could say, oh well, I mean, if they're tying every time they're on the road versus this team, then do a tie, right? It seems like that's. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like I feel like they're gonna win tomorrow. I don't know why. I feel like they're gonna win tomorrow. But call me crazy, whatever. As far as the totals, the total's sitting at 3. They've covered 3 only once. No, twice. They've covered 3 over twice. So, as far as team total, Wigan is at 0.5, which they've covered 3 out of 5. And Fulham, they're at 2.5. And they only cover that 2.5 once head to head with these two. So I don't know. I maybe total under, or Fulham total team under 2.5. Because if they win, I don't see them winning by more than 2. Maybe 2-0, 2-1 maybe. But then, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with under 2.5 for Fulham, or maybe Wigan 0.5 over. But let's see. It's a tough one. The last 5 games from Wigan, though, they've covered this 4 out of 5. So maybe that seems like the best outcome here. Wigan 0.5. Fulham do allow a goal per game. 5 out of 5, they allow a goal. So yeah, so give me Wigan to score a goal. That way Fulham can be like, oh, yeah, you scored? Now I'm going to have to really go full throttle and make 2 or whatever, right? But it seems like the best outcome here is Wigan to score a goal. But yeah, I don't know. I just see Fulham winning this one. And total points under or Wigan total points over or Fulham total points under. So there you go. You can go either way on this one. Okay, on to the next game. Birmingham City versus Newcastle. There you go. That's my Newcastle, baby. Let's go. We got to do this one. I'm gonna make it my team. I don't know why. I'm gonna make it. If I don't have a favorite team, I'm gonna make this one my favorite team. Let's see. Birmingham City. They have one injured player. Newcastle, 2 injured players, 1 questionable. Birmingham is at home, and they have not taken an L in their last 5 games. But they have not really played a Premier League team. Premier League team. Yeah, my bad. My bad if I pronounced that wrong. Yeah, they have not played a Premier League team. So now Newcastle, they're a Premier League team, and they've played in their last 5 games. They've played all Premier League. So they got 3 wins, 2 L's. The most recent game was a win. And who did they beat? Arsenal. Let's go. Yeah, give me Newcastle winning this one. The last 5 times they've gone head to head. Let's see. The most recent was a draw. Then Newcastle beat them. Then a draw. Then Newcastle beat them. Then Newcastle beat them. Yeah. So damn, that sucks. The 2 times that they took in that draw, they were on the road. And guess where Newcastle is? On the road. So maybe another draw, but highly unlikely. I'm gonna give me Newcastle to win. You guys can do a draw. I mean, that's what the stats say here. But I'm gonna go with Newcastle. Maybe I'm just putting my heart and not my brain in here, but I'm gonna go with that. Or we can do, let's see, total points. Total points is at 3. Have they gone over 3? They've only gone over 3 twice. The most recent, they didn't even score. Both of these teams did not score. The one before that, though, they did go over 3. Birmingham is at 0.5, and they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. As far as Newcastle, they've covered 1.5. 1, 2, 3. They've covered the same 3 out of 5, head to head. Now, as far as their own games, Newcastle 1.5, they've covered this. No way. They've covered this 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5, that 1.5. Now, Birmingham, that 0.5 on their side, their 5 games, most recent, they've covered this same thing, 5 out of 5. So I guess you could probably do over 3 or Birmingham just 0.5. All they got to do is score a goal. Let's see. Newcastle's last 5 games, they've allowed goals 3 out of 5 times they've allowed goal. Birmingham, they allow same 3 out of 5 they allow. So I guess the best bet is to see them head to head, right? Head to head. Newcastle have, they've won 3 times out of 5. Birmingham have not been able to beat Newcastle. So give me Newcastle to win. As far as the total points, the best bet here would probably be Newcastle over 1.5. Yeah. just because they've covered this 5 out of 5 of their games. But as far as here, they've covered this 3 out of 5. So yeah, I mean, you guys can do either way. It seems like it can happen, right? But Newcastle is they're just a better team. I mean, they're in the Premier League, right? So yeah, give me Newcastle to win straight up. And as far as points, over 1.5. Okay, on to the last game. Oh my god, I forgot I switched that. On to the last game of the video. And probably one of the best games. It's gonna be Brighton and Hull versus Chelsea. Injuries. They both have 4 injured players. Chelsea has 3 questionable on top of the 4 players injured. As far as the total, it's sitting at 3. They're both team total points is sitting at 1.5 each. The last 5 times they've gone head to head, Chelsea, and Chelsea. So Brighton and Hove have not been able to beat Chelsea in the last 5 games. So there you go. Brighton is at home though, and they've only played at home once in the last 5 games. They still took a loss. They still took an L, but they did score 1 goal. As far as that 1.5 for Chelsea, they've covered this 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 times. 4 out of 5 times they've covered that 1.5. Brighton, though, on the other hand, they've covered that 1.5, 1, 2, 3. Only 3 times. So, I don't know why I feel like Brighton is finally going to get a win. Like, I really don't know why I feel like Brighton is going to get finally a win, but I could be wrong on this one. I've known to get a couple games wrong here and there. Let's see, the last 5 games for Brighton and Hove, they got 3 wins, 2 L's. The most 2 recent games were L's. They lost to Nottingham and they lost to Everton. I don't know if that's because of the injuries, but now Chelsea's last 5 games, they got 3 wins, 1 L, and 1 draw. The most recent game was a win, and the one before that was a loss to Manchester City. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, but as far as the, I mean, I already told you guys the points, right? So they've gone over the total. Total is sitting at 3, right? And I did mention it, and I mean, it's gone over 3 out of 5 times. So it seems, I mean, these 2 teams are really good at making goals. So I guess the best bet here would probably be Chelsea to win, right? See, I mean, they've won 5 out of 5. So I guess give me Chelsea to win. And probably over Chelsea over 1.5. They've covered this 4 out of 5 times. So yeah, give me, as far as the points, I'm gonna do Chelsea over 1.5. I probably won't do a straight win, too risky, but give me over 1.5 for Chelsea. So that seems like the best outcome for this game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give me a like. If you guys made some money, give me a subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed it, man. But on most important, I really hope you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoy doing this for you guys. You know, whether you subscribe or not, I'm hoping you guys do. But you know, get me more motivated. You know, like do this. But either way, I'm gonna do it for you guys regardless. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Deuces.